Test, test. Cool, you can hear me? Get that timer rolling, thank God. Okay, I want to do this quick before I forget how the rhythm goes. Okay. Song idea. Alright, we could, let's just record it out in the open, IRL, settings. Input device will be USB audio 1.0, I think. I don't actually know. USB, yeah, that's true. Good. So that's the same one that I'm speaking with right now. Testing, testing. You can see it's working there. Pussy, 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 marijuana. Yep. Gonna maybe turn this into a reel as well, but we'll see how it goes. If it's cool, then I will, but if not, I won't, and that's okay. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. So, first up, we're going to get started with the kick. Just going to pause the recording, and then we look for a kick. So, I've got an idea for a kick, and I want that kick to be like a, you know? So, a little bit of reverb on there. Not that. Let me turn up the volume so you can hear these kicks a little better. That's kind of cool, to be fair, that's decent. I like it. Okay, next up we need a snare. Now, I don't know what snare I want, so let's just do a temporary snare for now. Though I'm going through percussion because I think percussion snares might be cool. We can try that one out for now. Okay. God, nope. Let's just look through the snares, okay? Let's just look through the snares. Let's start from the bottom this time. Normally I start from the top. Maybe this one? Nope. Maybe this one. We can give it a go, we can give it a go. We can always remove it if need be anyway. Maybe try Kenny snare. The snare seems like it might be okay. And we just need to rearrange those kicks. Let's test that out, and then I'll clean it up. Okay, no, so these two need to be moved there. Let's try that now. Okay. Let me test this out. I'm going to see if I can layer these snares, and that might sound better. It also might not. And I know that the punch for the snare is where it's at, so I'm actually going to sort of bait that in like that so that they're not clashing in terms of sound. Cool. Let's try it without this. With it. Cool, that's good. And we're going to make this -5 decibels because it's obviously too loud for the mix that we're looking for, and then fade that in a bit, and we've got... Cool, very good, very good, very good. Let's keep it moving. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, that's triples. Okay, that's okay, but we're going to make this. We'll have that slight fade out, and then this is going to be sharp fade out because it's going to be like that. I'm going to have that sharp fade out as well. In fact, it might be cool to have it really fucking short like that. And we're going to try that out. I'm going to Command X that. I meant to Command whatever. Okay, we're going to Command V, and let's hear that. Okay, no, that's not good, but we can try that and try that. Let's try that out. Okay, we're going to copy that, and duplicate. That's 3. Stretch that out because that can just keep going, and this can also keep going, and that's okay. Cool, and yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that snare. Okay, I'm happy with that snare. Let's have a listen. We've got this. Lovely, lovely. And okay, next up we need some hi-hats. I want to get some sort of build-up hi-hat, like a for just before this, so we're going to go into the... We could go into the hi-hats and go for an open hi-hat. Instead, we're going to go for a ride. I think that one's actually decent, and have that about... look, we're gonna reverse it no matter what, and we're gonna turn off warp so that we get a better idea of what it is. See, I do not want it to all the way be there anyway, so I'm probably going to have it about there, have a slight fade out anyway, and go about there, and then we're going to have that sort of hit in right there, but it's going to be a fade in anyway, so it doesn't matter. Lower it. And then that's cool, and we're going to drop that down. That's going to be called the pre-snare. I spelt it wrong, but that doesn't matter. And I'm going to layer these two snares together, and that's going to be called snare. This is going to be called snare. This is going to be called snare 2. And in terms of frequencies, I want to be fixing that, but it doesn't matter too much right now. I'm going to instead just chuck on a motherfucking saturator, and that's going to clean up everything. I'm using the saturator. It's hang on. It's bang. That's the saturator. I'm using the saturator as almost like a glue compressor, to be honest, at this point, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. And because I'm using it as soft clipping to make sure that there is no peaks going over everything. I don't need that there, but I do need that there as well, and that's going to sort of repeat. I'm going to bring these two together, and even though this is a pre-snare, I'm still treating it like it's one of the boys, one of the hi-hats, that is to say, right? And so I'm going to call this one hi-hats, and this is actually going to be the actual hi-hats, and this is going to be like a sort of thing. So I want to get maybe a few different hi-hats going on involved here. Let me have a listen and try to get an idea of what I want. Okay, I've got a rough idea. So we're looking for really high hi-hats, and we're going to start down here. Love that sound, but we're not going to use that. This one's cool, but it's double layered, so we can't use it. This one's nice, it's quite clean as well. I'm going to bring that in, and we can choose not to use it later on anyway. These are nice hi-hats. This one's perhaps a bit open, but these other ones are really short and clean and neat. So I'm going to use that one because it's the shortest. We could use that one as well. I didn't drag that same one in, I did. So one is actually the one that I was thinking. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have this one here because I think it's the longest one. Let's have a listen so far. Nope, we want something higher. This one's highest. So we're going to use that one and drag that there. We're going to add some reverb and shit onto it later on anyway, so it doesn't matter. Cool, that's nice. Let's put that there, and hopefully that's fine. I'm going to put this there, and hopefully that's fine. Again, no fucking clue. I'm going to duplicate, copy and paste and put that there, and let's see if that works. That's cool. These are arguably too loud. I'm going to lower it. Though I could just lower the whole thing, but whatever, that's fine. Cool. Let's have a listen. This is really low pitch. I don't know if I want that. I don't want that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is remove both of those and use this there and this on the beat, and that is going to pretty much repeat. Truly, it's just going to repeat. All right, let me have a listen. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Just try that out. I'm not sure if that'll work. Nope, that is not what I wanted. We're actually going to layer those fuckers like that, which is kind of whack, but it is what it is. I see the problem. So that would probably mean that actually goes there and this actually goes there, and that would make sense. And we'll try just copying and pasting that there and seeing if that works. We'll try doing a bit of this. Okay. Yeah, we're going to try that, and see what that sounds like. Cool, and bring this down a bit. Awesome. Next up, I'm going to just really quick, because I know that this is something that it needs anyway. Almost always, I'm going to, let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going to just remove the fucking low end here, yeah? Next up, we're going to get motherfucking reverb going on this whole thing. Low cut, high cut, who gives a shit? Not high cut, I give a shit, and we're gonna go like this. And bring that wetness down. Now the pre-delay I think might be an issue here. Let's have a listen. It was an issue, but that's fine. I'm going to move this up. Decrease decay. All right, I think we're good. Okay, I think these are the hi-hats that I'm looking to have. Have a listen. I don't know, maybe it'll sound good, I'm not sure yet. So, really quick, what I'm going to do now is, you can see on the pre-snare and on the hi-hats, we've got this, sidechain compressor going underneath the trigger, so I'm going to remove it from the pre-snare, and I'm going to truly just put in here. So I'm going to have that there. That right there is now the new bang. That's the new trigger for the kick, and we're going to have a trigger for the snare, and that snare is going to be very, very, very fucking similar. We're actually going to cut it here because it's still a bit long, but it's not as long as the other one, and we're just going to cut that there. There we go. So I'm going to copy that and paste it truly wherever the snare hits. Bang. I'm going to copy this and paste it wherever the kick hits. So that's there, that's there, that's there, that's there, that's there. And we might as well shorten that because we don't need it. We don't need it, really. And that's going to make the hi-hats much more clean underneath everything. Nope, because for some reason I put it in the song idea instead of into the trigger, and that's why it's so fucking loud. So we're going to put it there, and everybody's happy. And we can increase the hi-hats. And I'm not a huge fan of how they are rhythming right now. Okay, I've got an idea. Okay, we're going to truly just remove that and have that there, which is a bit of a whack one. We're going to give that a go. It's going to be real fucking simple, and let's keep it real fucking simple. There's no need to complicate things. Bang, 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 and we'll just kind of get an idea of what that sounds like. Maybe it sounds good, maybe it sounds bad. Okay, and we're going to adjust this threshold of the sidechain compression until it sounds good. There we go. So it's a little flavor of sidechain compression, but it's not overly crazy. Okay. Okay, so next up we need that synth. So let's have a listen. And we've got this. So the first is that, which to me is almost like a zip sound. So I might literally see if we've got a zip sound. That would be real fucking awesome if we do. I've just typed in zip, and let's have a listen. Fucking awesome. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. That'll work. I'm gonna, there's some more stuff here apparently, so I'm gonna have a listen to that as well. Nope. Okay, one, that's fucking awesome. But it's a loop and I'd prefer to use my own shit. Okay, so let's have a listen to this and see if there's a single element that I want to be taking. So right now it's ducking heavily underneath the kick and the snare, so it's difficult for me to hear it clearly. So we're going to drag it over here where there is no trigger, so we can hear it nice and clearly, yeah? So not that first one. Maybe the second one. Maybe the last one. Yep, let's use that last one. Okay, cool. And we're going to put that right there. Let's have a listen to it all in context right now. Cool. I kind of want this slightly higher in pitch for some reason. Don't ask me why. I just feel like it's higher. It should be higher in pitch. So I'm going to up it by 1 decibel. You can't really see it because my head's in the way. Let me move that for you. Oopsie. Let me move that for you. There we go. So we've got it up 1 pitch. That's cool. All right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And you can see me again. There we go. Cool. Cool. And we're going to have a slight fade in, slight fade out. And we're going to add some motherfucking reverb to that. And what kind of reverb? We're going to use the same reverb that we got on the hi-hats just for continuity. And I'm literally just going to drag it onto the zipper, and I'm going to call that zipper. All right, let's have a listen. Awesome. And now we're going to move on to the synth. Now the synth, I need it to be quite cool. Hang on, let me record a little something. Okay, so I want a zippy sort of sound, and this is what I've come up with. Have a listen. All right, cool. All right, let's move on to the synths now. Okay. So we've already got the snares there, so we're just layering that with that. But let's have a listen to what we're actually listening out for. Cool. Okay. So let's get something really fucking weird right now, yeah? But first things, you bastard boy. You bastard boy, you little asshole. What is this? What is happening? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we've got this nice long thing here, and I'm just going to put in the notes where I think it should be. Okay. You're just going to be like that. Okay, apparently that should be like that. Okay, you happy? I don't know, but you're going to have to deal with it. Oh, we don't want that there. That's why it looks so ugly, because we want it there. Okay, and just for ease, I'm going to lower this. There we go. Okay, maybe it sounds good, maybe it sounds bad, doesn't matter for now. For right meow. Just gonna drag that, and let's just duplicate this shit. Okay. Okay, I think this maybe needs to be shorter. Fuck it, for now, let's just have it as is so it can be really fucking loud and powerful. Because we could always add reverb to it, and that's just going to make it thickening out. Anyway, let's add reverb to it now, to be fair. Increase the decay. Increase the low cut and high cut. Or decrease it, rather. Okay, cool. Now I want this synth to be really, really, really weird. Really weird, to be honest with you. Okay, let's elongate that out a bit. And elongate that out. One thing that we do need to remember is that this is 5 decibels down, so we should make this 5 decibels down, yeah, and that's going to give us some breathing room there. Not that we need it just yet, because there's nothing going on anyway. Okay, so we're going to open this up, and I'm going to open up motherfucking Serum. We're going to just go through some of the stuff that I've made before and see if anything is nice. If it is, then we can use it. Potentially. Nope. Let's bring this down to -24. Okay, let's turn off ducking for now, just to get an idea of what it sounds like. It's such a weird sound. See, here it says C0, so let's bring this to C0 and see if it sounds better that way, just in case. Okay. Nope. It does sound cool, but it's not what we're looking for. That's also cool. Not sure if it's what we're looking for though. Too much reverb. Let's change the transpose and see if we get anything nice out of it. Potentially. Nope. Yeah, it's got potential, it's got potential. So just because it's got potential, I'm going to freeze it and just use the audio for now, see if we like it. If we like it, then we use it. If we don't like it, we don't use it. That's that. That's okay. And I'm going to cut that, make that shorter. In fact, that actually starts again there, so I'm going to cut that and bring that back by one smidgen right there. And I'm going to literally make it copy itself. What? You're crazy. Damn fucking right. And don't forget it. I'm actually going to use that shorter version because I think it might be nicer. But let's see what that sounds like. Kind of cool. And we can have that as a little flavor there. And there's a layer there, so we're not even going to use that because that's also not really relevant. I'm going to bring that there as an extra little flavor as well. And I mean, once again, there's some space there. I might leave that as an intro to the sound. Okay. That's got potential. That's got potential. We can just leave that as is. Let's remove that because I want to make sure that everybody knows how clean it is. The hi-hat's too much reverb. Let's try it without the reverb. What's got the reverb? I think it might be the snare. Let's remove the reverb from the snare so it's completely empty there. Nice. Let's remove that hi-hat as well. Really make it empty. Very cool, very cool. I'm going to let this roll out, but it's only going to roll out once that snare comes, once that kick comes back in. And let's have a listen. Awesome. Cool, and let's put this back again, see if it sounds better. It's got potential, but it's layered with that thing anyway. So what if we reverse it? So we're going to take that and we're going to press R so it's reversed, and that's going to be almost like a build up into that kick area. All right, cool. Very cool, and I'm going to remove that. Okay, I've got an idea. Let me reverse that back again, because it could be cool if we have this there in time, pretty much in time with the kick, so the kick is there, and that's coming in there. I'm going to bring that forward, but I still want a little bit of a punch to it, so I'm going to have that there, and I'm going to have, whoopsie, and I'm going to have it there as well. I'm going to remove that because we don't need it. And what if we instead take both those kicks, and that is the punch there instead. It's got potential, but now instead we still keep that second kick, we just don't have that there, and we can remove that. And let's try that out. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. What I do want is this to be a little weirder, so maybe I have it fade in like that. Let's have a listen. Very cool, very cool. And just as a little fun thing to do here, I'm going to reverse this and have it sort of build up a little bit right there. Yeah, so that's going to be like that, that's going to be like that. I'm going to have it slightly like that, slightly like that. That's actually going to happen right on the beat so that we can feel it. We're going to have to move that there like that, move that there like that, and make that sort of fade in as well. And let's see what that sounds like. It might be trash, who knows. That's very cool. We don't need these kicks going like that. We're going to have something else instead. We're going to have some snares or percussion or something going on the left and the right channels. Yeah, whilst we have another synth kick in it. Yeah? Okay, very cool. So just for the video, I'm going to unfreeze this. Okay, I think we've got a little something cooking up here. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, cool. So I've taken that and I'm just going to go back, 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 back. I'm going to collapse this again. I'm going to call this rotter. And I'm going to call this rotter because to me it sounds like a rotter. I don't know what that actually is or what that means, but don't worry. I'm thinking maybe here we've got a so I'm going to try again with E, but it might be needing to be shorter. Let's have a listen. That could work, but yeah, I'm going to have it shorter though instead, right there on that beat. Yep, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah, I mean, that is cool, to be honest with you. Interesting that I've got the EQ8 already on. Okay, so we're going to, once again, go through my shit that I've already made because it's nice and quick that way. Fuck, I don't know, man. Is this what is what this synth is called? And I'm going to sort of loop it and we're going to go through them and see if there's something that we like. Potentially, to be honest with you. Why is it going loud and quiet, loud and quiet? Okay, we'll give that a go. My stomach's kind of hurting right now. I don't know, it could be something I ate. That's cool. Needs to be louder. We've got convolve after the distortion. That's why. Let's chuck on a multiband compressor. Let's start it here and chuck on a multiband compressor. I'm going to have it looping the whole thing, but it's going to start there. God, my stomach is in bits right now. I have no idea why this is. Oh boy. Okay. All right, let's increase that gain. That works, and then we're going to chuck on. Holy shit, we're going to chuck on a distortion. Oh boy, this is not good. Okay, let me get my fan going because I need, holy shit, I need something. Oh god, oh fuck. Oh god. Oh, painkiller maybe. But let's work on this, come on. That's very loud, that's very powerful. Very cool, no tonality at all though. Nah, it's not what I want. It's not what I want out of this. Let's move on to the next synth. Let me move this down so you can see what these synths are called as well. This one's called Freaky Shits. Maybe. This is C1. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so let's bring that to C1. Right now it's on E-1. Let's try an octave lower. Potentially. E2. E3. E4. E5. E6. Awesome, we're going to have legato on. I'm going to turn it up real fucking high. And this is actually going to go from E5 to E6 and then back down to E5, which is, I think, quite cool. Maybe it'll work, but also maybe it won't. We'll give it a go. And that's production, baby. Let's lower the porter. And let's keep it at E6 actually. Let's lower that down. Lower it. Lower it. And that's okay. Let's increase the porter time and see what happens. Or lower it, I mean. Speed it up. Increase the porter time, yeah. Decrease the volume. Decrease it. Increase the volume. Potentially, it's got potential. Let's try it at E7 and see what happens. Try it at E8. And let's try a little bit of wobbles. Sort of see what happens. And do that there. And let's try it without that. It's quite decent. It's not exactly perfect, so well, let's move forward, because I'm sure we can get something that is perfect. Yeah. We want something chill-ish. Oh, whoa. Okay, so it wants C2, and this is C2 already. Now let's see what happens if we put on the sidechain compression. Okay, that's cool. Let's increase this. There is no LFO, interestingly enough, which means maybe it's best if we join these two together, make that one long note, and then freeze, open into a new one, drag this down, turn this off, close this down, rename this to Scramble. It's not, it's a Squirtle. It's a Squirtle. Rename that to Squirtle and call this also Squirtle. We're going to lower that down to -2 decibels, who gives a shit. And we can already see the waveforms. We want to kind of retain these, but not too much, because we want a little bit of movement. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And right there, that, bang. That's what we're repeating. So we're going to bang, 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 bang. So sick. That's awesome. And then here we do reverse, and here we do reverse. See if we can even notice it. We can notice it. It's very subtle, and it has a little bit of extra movement that way. I like it. It is scratchy. Let's try it with just the offbeats now and see what that sounds like. Much better, because before it was a bit overwhelming. We're going to turn this volume up to almost saturate it, just about there. You see how it's so close to the lines, but it's not actually touching them. That's cool, and let's adjust that. Awesome, and this should also be adjusted, to be honest. But whatever. We'll do that at a later time. Okay, that's cool. I do want some sort of movement here as well. Let's reverse that. Let's do a bigger fade in for there. Really? That's really what that sounds like? Damn, even with crazy fade-ins, that's what it sounds like. There we go. All right, it's a little something. It's a little something, and because of that little something, we're going to move that there so that the beat hits directly on the point. And I'm going to fade that in, fade that out, so that in that little area, it's silent, baby. And there's just that sound. I, 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 Gives it a little bit more wobble, right? So right there, we're going to have a bang. Not a synth, sorry. We're going to have a bang. We're going to have percussion. We're going to have a percussive roll, right? So let me just open up Foley. No. We're going to open up drums. We're going to go to perks and shit. We're going to start at the bottom and move our way up. Zippers! Just what we wanted. Very cool. Let's just see what happens if we drag that in, to be honest. I mean, it's not exactly right, but... Ooh! All right, we're gonna have that. We're gonna have that instead of that last note. It's got me. I'm happy. I am happy with that. We're gonna move that forward a bit, have a little bit of a fade in so that it hits exactly there. I'm gonna fade that out and fade that out just a smidgen. Cool. Cool. We're going to have that for the second section there. Instead of the zipper, for this section, we'll have that sound because that's kind of cool. And we can always remove it if we don't like it. That's A-okay, you know? Nothing matters. All is okay. All is fine. Let's keep it moving. Maybe we could do that. It's an okay percussive sound. Quite like that as well. This is okay. We'll need some reverb and maybe some sort of compression on all of it to glue it together. That's cool. With this being just before, it would be quite cool. Okay. This go first. Oh, no, sorry. This goes, and then this goes, and then this goes. And then I'm going to, whoops, not rename it because I don't care what it's called. I'm going to bring that there. Eek. And then I guess bring that there. So instead we're going to bring that there. Fade real short with a little bit of fade out. And put that there. And just give it an idea. That's cool. Let's fade that out more. What if, instead of fading it out, we faded it in? So let's bring that fade out back. And let's try it in context. That's cool. We don't need that because it's already got a ting going on there. So let's bring that back. And then we don't need that then, therefore. Though it does kind of introduce the sound, and then that just kind of means that we don't need that little sound either way. So let's remove that and give an idea again. That's cool. What I do want is, whatever happens, no matter what, I'm going to have this modulating left-right quite crazily, yeah? So let me chuck on an EQ so that you can see this whilst I work on it. So I'm going to map this to balance. This rate is going to be relatively high, but we're going to do it with this. It's going to be 1/16. There we go. And we're going to slow down the depth because obviously it's just too much. Let's try it with this instead. That's cool. Instead of sine, let's try square so that it's always forced to be on one ear or the other. Very cool. Let's get some reverb on that and see if it works, see if we can make it fit in, but if not, that's okay. We can always just not have it, you know what I mean? Let's try it without. Okay, let's shorten that, bring that there, bring that there. In fact, I want just that little section. So specifically that little section. So I'm going to bring that there, and open this up just a smidgen, and that should be enough. And that's awesome. We're going to have this real fucking wide, right? So I'm going to make that be open in another little area. I'm going to add the same reverb that we've got on the hi-hats and everything else onto this. Actually, we're going to have the same hi-hats that we had on this. Unfortunately, it is frozen, so I'm just going to unfreeze it. What? That's right. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. The reason I'm not going to do that is because it was never activated in the first place anyway. So we are going to take the same reverb that's on the zipper, the same reverb that's on the hi-hats, the same reverb that's on everything else, and put it on both of these sounds, yeah? And that should, in theory, glue it all together. Let's have a listen. Cool. And I'm going to decrease the wetness from 22 to absolute 0 as soon as that hits. So that it's like, what? Cool. And I'm going to have this go from 0 upwards slowly. So it's almost like it's a build up, and maybe here we'll have it really increase. And let's go like that. Cool. And then we're going to do delay. We're going to do my own little sample delay right here on this. Make it nice and wide. Let's have a listen. That's cool. I want to find out what pitch this is. That's what it's called. I'm going to open up motherfucking EQ8, open this up. And we can see there's a major peak right here. This to me is a major peak, so let's... Just trying to find major peaks that are sticking out of the mix. So I would say, yeah, one there, and one there. And if I hover my mouse over here, you're going to be able to see what the note is. So over here, we've got G4, G sharp, sorry. And then over here, we've got D. So together it's G sharp and D. And we can use that information to create whatever note we want. Now, unfortunately, let me just have a quick think about it. G sharp, yep, and D are very contradictory notes. Okay, so let's just choose one of the notes to make sense. We could bring it down 1 to make it go onto G. We could bring it up to 2 to bring it onto E. This is in the key of E, so, but if we call it E minor, then that's G major, so both absolutely work. So let's keep warp on. Just go back so that it's not changed. And instead of beats, I'm going to move it onto complex, and I'm going to try moving it up 2. Just hear what that sounds like. Okay, and now let's move it down 1 and hear what that sounds like. This is cool. I want that reverb on the kick to be even fucking bigger. So I'm going to add that. Cool. The reverb is bigger, but I want it even bigger. So let me just add EQ8. So once again, you can see my reverb nice and easily. We can see it's here. I'm going to add a high cut, and I'm going to find a nice middle point. Reduce the pre-delay. Increase the decay. Decrease the size. Increase the decay a bit. Increase the wet, see what happens. That's what we're fucking with. Let's increase the decay. Let's reduce the rate and the amount. Reduce the chorus, get rid of it entirely. Cool. Fuck with the pre-delay until we're happy. Unfortunately I've got it on the entirety of the drums instead of just the kick, so let's drag that onto the kick. There we go. All right, very cool. I would really like to fuck with the reverb's panning. Just need to think about how that's going to work. Okay, I've got an idea. So I'm going to do a bit of this, do a bit of that, and do a bit of this. So this is main, nothing's going on here. This is the reverb only. We're going to turn the wetness all the way up, and I'm going to have a utility in there coming in after it, and then we're going to have a modulator on that utility coming in after it, before it, doesn't matter when this modulator is, and then we're going to have an EQ on the whole thing coming in after it to make sure there is no sub-information. Bro, why can't I just... I'll drag it over here and then just drag that in. Yeah. Why can't you go in? You can go in, bro. Bro, I know for a fact you can go in. Okay, go there. Dumbass. All right, so we're going to map that to the balance, and that is going to go on B and probably go on eighth notes, but we can always have a listen and find where we want it. And right now it's going to be really, really loud and powerful reverb because we've got this at 0. Increase the decay. Cool. I'm going to have this modulating as well, which could be quite cool. Or instead of might be better. Yeah, might be better. So I'm going to have that there. That's obviously too much. We're going to decrease, decrease, decrease. Bring it maybe about there. Bring that up. About there. And we can turn them off and on and compare, right? So we've got this first. Let's try that on 12ths. That's cool. And then we'll try the EQ8. That needs changing. And we're going to turn that into that instead. Much better. Cool, let's try it both. Nope. Okay, try that. Okay, I think it's better like that. That's cool. And I want this to be, weirdly enough, sidechained compressed onto the kick and snare itself, right? So that means as soon as the kick and the snare hits, there is no sound from this reverb at all. So that's gonna just go in at the end of this chain. But it's not letting me do that, so I'm just gonna do it after the LFO and bring the LFO, because I want these two to be together. Yeah? Okay. All right, cool. And once again, I do want EQ8 there anyway. We can have this before or after the sidechain compression, doesn't matter, but the main thing is that I get rid of that sub information. Okay, that's cool, and we're going to modulate this on and off, not volume, so that we can change it later on. So here it's on, and then bang, it's just going to be off for the rest of the thing. Cool, and we're going to fuck with the size because I want it to be a bit lower in pitch. Cool, and we're going to fuck with depth so that it's not swinging left and right so much. It's not as dramatic. Okay, and we're going to see if we can fuck with this shit. I'm going to make that its own thing right there. And I'm going to... It stops there, essentially, so it doesn't really matter what I do after that point. So I'm going to bring that all the way up and see what happens. I'm going to bring it like that. Maybe start it from the bottom. And make it modulate like that. Nope, we're going to start it where it was. And we want it to peak much earlier on, so we're going to go like that. Cool. And just for safety, so that this is available as well, I'm going to have that going there as well. Okay, so. And let's reverse this, see what happens. Cool. Nope, sounds better before. And this is okay in terms of pitch, but I want to bring this down a full 12 octaves and see what that sounds like. That's awesome. And let's just make sure that the reverb is hefty. So the reverb is over here. I'm just going to increase the decay and whatnot. I'm going to bring this before it so that we can see, so you can see everything. Cool, and we're going to, weirdly enough, modulate a little bit of that size because I think that'll give it a really cool flavor. So we're going to modulate the size, not that much, really subtle, but it's going to be relatively quick. So maybe we'll try 12ths and see what happens. Again, too much. Have it down there. we're going to move, well, I don't need loop on at all, actually, so I'm just going to have it start there. Increase this. Lower this. Lower this. Without. With. Stereo delay is fucking with everything. I'm going to have the stereo delay before everything. Kinda cool. Okay, let's give it a go. With everything. That's cool. I want more high end on this sound. Even though I pitched it down, I do want more high end. Man, tummy hurts again. All right, so let's just increase the high end. Oh boy. And we're going to fuck with that wetness because it is quite, perhaps too wet. Okay, so I noticed that the reverb is contradicting the kick. Yeah, we can have them both going. It's fine. It's pain. It's temporary. That's what I gotta remember. It's coming. It's going, but it's going. It goes. So that's okay. These perks just did not work out for us. I'm going to remove them all, but at a later time we might add some percussions in there. Yeah, because I don't want to give up on it just yet. Honestly, I don't. I am going to move this here for now so that we don't lose it. I'm going to paste this there. Just kidding, I'm going to paste this there. There we go, and that brings it all into place. Now I'm going to get rid of this, and now I'm going to bring this over. Bada bing, bada boom. Going to delete this because we don't need it. Going to delete this because we don't need it. Going to delete this because we don't need it. Going to delete this because we don't need it. Going to delete this because we don't need it. And now, let's have a listen. That's cool. Let's enhance that sound just a smidgen. With some, we could do that, but we're going to use saturation. There's a reverb there, so I'm going to get an EQ8 on the whole thing so that you can see and hear it nicely. Yeah, so I'm going to start with this. That's too much, and we're going to just bring it down. And we're going to put the saturator before the reverb. That's nice. That's cool as well. And I think I'm going to leave the low end and everything on it. Because who gives a shit? Honestly, it's fine. And let's duplicate this, see what that sounds like. and duplicate this, really make it a little glitchy there. And delete this and have this thing repeating like a little bitch, right? That could be cool. It also might not be. I don't know, let's find out, right? Bang, bang, bang. Nope, doesn't sound cool. We can remove it though. Yeah, I do like that area. We're going to have some sort of cool sound at the end here. I don't know what the cool sound's going to be yet. So let's just open this up, and we're going to go to... And we could stay here, explore, who cares? Give that a go, why not? Make sure there's no hi-hats or anything. There's a snare there. Maybe put it there. That's cool, but I don't like this little drum roll thing here. It's lame. The reverb onto it was better. But we've already done that. Maybe we can repeat it. It's not bad. And we're going to make this a lot more trippy, because I think that would be cool. So we're going to crumble. Unplugged. Crumble. And we're literally just going to have just this playing. We're going to turn off loop. And we're going to increase the chew dramatically. Less. A little less, slightly less. Cool. I'm going to increase the reverse. More. About there, cool. Increase the modulation. Increase the frequency. Decrease the modulation. I'm going to change the time, make it faster. Increase the feedback. Remove the low pass. See how it's different each time? That's a bit annoying. I prefer if it wasn't. But what we could do, fortunately, is open up another instance, have this be going input of that, and then just fucking play it and have a listen. Cool, I'm going to drag that over there and do it again. Cool, drag that over there, do it again. See how it's fucking different each time? Grow the fuck up, man. And then again. Okay, that kind of looks like the first one. Anyway, so we are going to duplicate, and then paste, and then put it here, and then put it here, and then we're going to compare all of these different variations. We're going to turn them all off, bang, and just listen to them one at a time, and make sure that it is looped as requested. And we're going to have a listen to, we're going to turn this one off because we're not going to be using it. And we're going to have a listen to this one first. Number 20, you are up. That's cool. Let's try number 21. That's cool as well. Let's try number 22. But I think 20 is preferable to 21. Let's keep going. That's very similar to 20, to be honest. And now let's have a listen to 23. Okay, cool. So we've got 3 that are quite cool. We don't need this one because just these 2 are the coolest. And I'm going to remove that. No evidence of what we did. No, I'm going to keep it because having evidence of what we just did is cool. I'm going to freeze it though, and I'm going to turn them both on. Actually, we're not going to do that because we just need one. And this is going to be called Glitchy Perk. And to be honest with you, we don't need it down there because this is in the drum section for me, please. We're going to bring that over here. I'm going to group it together and we're going to call it Perk. And this is called Glitchy Perk, and this is also what? It's also called Glitchy Perk because it is. It's the Glitchy Perk. We're going to remove that entirely, and bang, we happy. We're going to try to get that into the middle here. Lovely. And I mean, we keep it playing. We're going to have a little fade out, but it's way after when it really matters, and I think that's a-okay. Maybe we have a little bit of ducking. We're going to have slight ducking, the same amount of ducking as is on the hi-hat, but it doesn't matter too much because there is nothing playing at the time when that's happening. What we could try to do is turn all of that off and have this there, and we can give a listen and see if that sounds cool. It's not bad. It's not bad. And what if we have this hi-hat here to give it a feeling? That's okay. What if we have this there to give that a feeling? That's cool. What if we have it fading in a bit? And what if we have that there and then it hits? That's cool. And what if we reverse this so that it's actually more of a fade in? That's cool. Now, what if we reduce the volume so it's more of a fade in? Cool, and that's cool. And what if we have it fading in even more and bring that down and bring that down and bring that down? What's up, Axel? Welcome to the stream, big dog. That's even cooler, but what if instead we've got this Kenny snare and bring that here and, in fact, bring it... No, we keep it there, and we're going to reverse that and remove that instead and have this there, but bring that there like that and do a bit of that, and then we've got a nice build-up here. Cool. And so now we've got this. That's okay, but I think how we had it before was better, so I'm just going to go back, and then. All right, cool. I think we might be chilling and ready for a duplication. And let's bring this forward. We can remove that, remove that, remove that, remove that. And we've got ourselves something nice. Now, we don't have any sub-bass in any of this, which is a bit unfortunate. And we've not EQ'd any of this, which is also a bit unfortunate. I'm going to leave the zipper as is. That's going to have its own sub-bass. Nah, let me remove the sub-bass from that, actually. Because that's just going to make it a little more powerful when the bass does hit. Yep, cool, we'll have that there. And then this, we're going to need EQA on that motherfucker. And I'm thinking we put a K clipper on there just to bring it back up to scratch. Yeah, maybe a clipper limiter chain. No, we don't need a limiter on there because the clipper will do its job. Yeah, so we're going to just have that there. I'm going to turn it off for now. We don't need it for now. I'm literally just going to do a very harsh stoppage right there around 80. Cool. And then with a clipper. Very cool. So it's got reverb built in, and the reverb just goes away when the synth ends, and that's beautiful. I'm going to drag this and put it onto the Screetle as well. And that's cool, but I want this, that sound to have a delay on it as well, because I think it just sounds like it needs a delay, to be honest with you. So maybe we just have the delay on this one, because this one doesn't need a delay. So shorter. Cool. Let's have a listen. That's cool, and we are going to change the right and left channel so that it spreads out in that stereo space. Cool, and we're going to modulate that on and off. Oopsie. Okay, we're going to modulate that on and off, like so. So right here, it is on. Right here, it is off. And that will repeat. Bang. Okay, cool. Fucking sick. All right, cool. And let me unfreeze this and get rid of these two and talk about how we need another synth. Okay, and we need another synth, and I'm thinking maybe something like this. Cool. And then I'm going to go back. Whoops. And we go back, back. Cool, there we go. Everything is back to normal, as it should be. We'll go back again, because that should be gone. Okay, and we can unsolo that. There we go. So we do need some sub bass going on, so let me just get that going now, to be honest. Let's open that up, open here, user, sub, doesn't matter what year it is, I will always need sub bass. And the notes, unfortunately, are there, so, I mean, I can just, and I will just, unfreeze, drag it down. And I'm going to turn that into one long one. Actually, I'm going to cut it there. And so this is fine. Let me just zoom in and make sure this is happening exactly where I want it to. It is. This one is as well. And this one is as well. Very good. And then has a little clipping fun thing going on here. And we could just have it do a little tiny stab there. Actually, let's not, so that it's nice and empty and it's nice and powerful when it happens again. And then for this next part, for this next trick, we're going to have that real short bang, then bang, and we don't even need it there, but let's go ahead and do that anyway. No, let's not. It'll open it up a little bit and make it nice and wide. And then for that last part, again, we don't need any bass there. So wow, that is empty. That's okay. Here, we've got no low end, and that's okay as well. So that is not sub. Yeah, it's too high frequency, too octave, it's an octave too high. We're gonna bring that down 1. Or, better yet, so that we can still use it later on, we're going to bring this an octave down. And then that way we can always just drag. That way we can always just drag stuff. I can't believe I forgot to turn that on. Sorry about that. Damn. Oh shit. How long did I miss that? Okay. Let's take this just in case we need it then. Record again. And now we need another synth. I'm thinking this. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then we can back. Flaps. get rid of. All right, cool. This is not needed. Let me just freeze that. That's okay. And let's do something different for the last part. Let me just turn that off for now. Let's get that short as fuck and sharp. Let's take that up. And let's have a little bit of this for funsies. Copy, copy. Oh, not like that, but like this, bang, bang, bang. And we don't need this for the last part. What should we do for the last part? Let's remove that, remove this. We can have this repeating, more so that repeating bang. And I suppose bang, we should have this there instead. Okay, let's have the listen. What if we have absolute gap right there? Absolute gap there. I don't really have pretty synths, to be honest with you, normally. Let's make a little thing here. And we go E. Lower that down. It's in threes. Bang. Bang. And let's pretend it goes down like so. Okay, it's literally in rhythm. Okay, that's fine, but it's a bit boring how it actually works perfectly in rhythm. So I'm thinking maybe we don't have it go in rhythm. Though it could just start up higher. Let's move it down. And let's have them overlap notes and have it legato. Just exploring more than anything else. Let me put my shit on charge, and before this gets lost to the ether, let me collect all and save. What should we call it? I don't know. Oh, Instagram songs for sure. We're going to call it Melodramatic Seal. Sure. Go on then. Would you like to delete them? Sure, delete them. See if I can. See what happens if we bring that down and bring this one up. I want them to be keys. I want them to be keys. I think because I don't use this often, let's go ahead and go to sample instruments, instrument loops, and see if there's anything that we could just steal as is. Just fucking drag that in. Never mind. We're going to make it, whoops, we're going to make it audio, and let's just fucking drag it in and just see what happens. So that is that as is right there, maybe. Haven't even listened to it. Maybe it'll sound okay, but also maybe not. And we're gonna have it go like, fuck it, let's just do that then. And what if we remove that so it's a completely different song? And even remove that. Let's move. Oh, stomach pain again. Hello. I missed you. Oh boy. I've not actually missed it. I lied. So trash. Oh boy. Oh boy. I want it to end right there. And then we need to pitch it down just one octave because it's currently F and I want it to be E. Let's have a listen. Whatever it is, we're going to have a shit ton of reverb on there. And ideally, I want the reverb to only be playing when the sound is playing, which is something that I can actually do, Hang on. Let's get reverb in, and then in terms of modulators, let me very quickly get EQ8 in so that you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to pitch and modulators. we're going to go for envelope follower. And the envelope follower is going to be mapped to dry wet. Increase the gain. Cool. All right. Let's find a nice sound then. Probably not the guitars. Piano and strings. We can try that. Piano loops. Sure. Let's bring this over here and take something from the ending of it and put that there. See what happens. Nope. Put that there. Whoops. Put that. I don't know. Fuck it. Put it there. Dead. Put that there. And cut it. Right there, huh? Damn, that's short. No, we're going to cut it there. And have it slight fade out. God, it sounds horrendous. So we're going to turn the warp into complex. All of these kind of don't fit in with what we're looking for. Let's try the strings. I'm gonna cut that there, bring that there, bring that there, and see what happens. Maybe we need something that is 140 beats per minute. All right, so this is 140 beats per minute. It's F minor, which is only one key away. So let's just use that, cut that, remove that, remove that. I mean, it's exploring. It could be crappy, it could be right, it might work, might not, I don't know, we'll find out. Maybe this one. This is G sharp minor, so we need to reduce it quite a bit, but whatever. Bring that there, cut it there, cut it there, cut it there, I mean, remove that. G sharp minor, let's bring that onto complex. G sharp minor, you're looking at minus G, F sharp, F, E, 4. Minus 4 is what we're looking for. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take that. It's going to turn off warps so that we've got that full shit going on. I'm going to take that away and put it there and fade out. See what happens. Okay, I'm going to take this and bring it down, see what happens. Instead of it being there, we have it here, and with reverb that doesn't fluctuate on and off. So I'm going to take that same reverb, put it here, and that's fine. Okay, that's cool. Let's pitch it down. So I'm going to turn on warp now and put it onto complex and bring that down to -12. Now, it's ducking quite a lot underneath the drum, so I'm going to bring it here instead and have it not duck at all. And I'm going to get in EQ because I want to make sure that it is not clashing with the sub bass of the kick. Let's open that up so that you can see it nice and clearly. I'm going to bring that over here. Let's reduce it down a bit. Make it a flavor. And we're going to bring this up and layer it with the kick. And we are going to make the violin stab, duck under the kick the same amount that the hi-hat's duck, and then adjust it if we need to. That's okay, actually. And have that going like that. And then that way we don't need to worry about all of this ducking nonsense at all. Put that there and cut that, bring that there, have it fade in. Have that fade out, slight fade in. And cut that there, have that slight fade in as well. Have that slight fade in, bang, bang, bang. Nope, I liked how it was before, to be honest. It gave a nice groove. That's awesome. Let's add some driving color. We're going to go for erosion and slowly let it fizzle down. That's it. And so that's the frequency that we're going to be adjusting. And it's going to end there. Remove that, have this varied. And we're going to have that before the reverb. I said we're going to have that before the reverb. There we go. Awesome. And we are going to saturate it. And we're going to have that after the erosion. Soft clipping on DC offset, of course. Okay, that's cool, and not solo, but we're going to cut that even shorter. Cool, I'm going to duplicate that, make that even shorter so it feels a little glitchy. That's awesome. We're going to have the fade in for that one a little longer. I'm going to have the fade in a little longer here so it's not a stab. Cool, and we're going to have that there as well to really warm it up. Cool, maybe we duplicate and duplicate, just see what happens. I kind of like that. Let's duplicate, and let's copy and let's duplicate. Body. Let's copy and let's duplicate, and let's join, and let's fade in. Cool, and let's bring that down. And all the plugins that we want, such as the reverb, which is completely off. No, it's on envelope follower. So we're going to bring that down onto here, and we're going to have the reverb on it, for sure. We don't need the saturation on there. It doesn't hurt. No, it does hurt. We're not going to need the saturation on it because we're going to adjust this. Reduce down that reverb wetness. And I'm going to turn that off so that it's a little easier to feel and see. Okay. All right, that's cool. Let's get that bouncing from left and right ears. So we're going to get modulator on the LFO. That LFO is going to be square, and then we're going to get utilities. We're going to get that onto the bounce. We're going to grab the map, put it onto bounce. We're going to increase the rate and have a listen to it as we do this. More. Try eighths. More. Try 16ths. And we're going to group these together and bring the reverb after it. And we're going to put an EQ8 there so that you can see what the fuck I'm doing. Bang. Now let's try doing it with a sine wave just to make it smoother a bit. Okay, cool. Let's bring it back down to eighths. Yeah, let's give it a go. Just have slight fade out, but we don't need anything crazy. Okay. Okay, I'm going to see if we can sort of show this on the screen without it all being so damn small. So yeah, unfortunately I'm going to remove these, but this is just a temporary removal. Okay. Hopefully that'll be fine. We'll do 2 variations. Okay, and so now we've got this. Oopsie. Okay, so now we've got this. Cool. Okay, so another variation that we're going to do is zooming in quite a lot and have it still here, but we're going to have it like that. So that's going to be pretty much the center there. And then that gives the viewer something enjoyable to watch if they wanted to. So now we've got this. Okay, I think we're good. The things I do for content. All right, so I'm just going to save this and we're going to literally just bounce this audio. So I'm going to drag that. I'm going to export master from 8 to 9. No. Why would it be from 8 to 9? Oh, from 9 to 8, which makes even less sense, actually. So we're going to bring, oh, wait, that's render length, which is, yeah, it's an 8-bar thing. We just need MP3, we don't need anything crazy. Export goes to desktop, sure. Where's the Sam? Well, thank you for following. Hopefully you're not a bot, but if you are, it is what it is as well. That's just whatever. Okay, so I'm going to open up Final Cut Progressive. Great game. Enjoyed watching. I'm glad you've enjoyed this game, bro. Yeah, this is my favorite game as well. Isn't it a great game? Such a good game. This is a sarcasm because this is not a game. There is no game being played here. Does this look like a motherfucking game to you? To me, it doesn't look like a game, to be honest with you. It doesn't look like a game at all, but apparently to you it looks like a motherfucking game. It is what it is. Where am I? We're going to be dragging this over, and that's just what we're going to be fucking with. See what happens. Hopefully all is good. If not, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Everything's okay. Relax, you know? I'm going to drag this up here. And we're going to have that one silent. This one's going to be a little louder. We're going to chuck a compressor on there. Compression. Using my eyes to do compression. Terrible. Lord forgive me. Or don't, I don't mind. Both work. Okay, so let's get this going and zoom the fuck in to your boy. Right there. There we go. Look at me. Aw, he's so happy. And then we're going to zoom in to the body of this. About there. We'll do a little more. Sure, whatever. That'll do. Whatever. Okay, and we just try to find the audio and stuff. Thankfully, this whole thing is only 3 minutes long, so it should be relatively quick to edit. We'll see. Oh, and also, the audio for it is here, if needed. So I'll put that there, and we might need it near the end somewhere, so I'm just going to leave it there, whatever. Can't believe that this is the kind of shit that you guys have to listen to. I feel so bad for you. Horrendous audio. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. You know what? Fuck this shit, man. I don't want you to have to deal with this. So I wish I could hear this audio nicely. Filters. Yeah, filters. And let's add on 3 band equalizer. Awesome. We're going to increase the lows quite a bit. I don't know how this is sounding, so I'm going to, unfortunately for you, we're going to listen to it on Twitch. Listen to it on Twitch. Listen to it on baseline. Baseline. We're going to do this before the gain. I don't know what the order is. Baseline. I don't know what the order is. Baseline. Let's do it again, baseline. Let's do it again, baseline. Let's remove it down a bit, baseline. Let's remove it down a bit, baseline. I'm just going to check the levels whilst I do it, baseline. I'm just going to check the levels whilst I do it, baseline. And so we've got this over here. That's a little better. With, and without. That's a little better. With, and without. There we go. Much better. And let's have a listen to other stuff. Much better. And let's have a listen to other stuff. Much better. Testing. 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 All right, cool. I'll leave that as is. My stomach really fucking hurts. I'm so... Okay, it's a wave. It'll go. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is... Oh, we'll just find the content, and then we'll do zoom-ins and shit after. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. The kick. Okay, next up we need a snare. God, I hate... So breathy. A snare. God. Horrendous. Come on, give me a little fade in. Come on, give me a little fade out. Come on, give me a little fade out. Come on, give me a little fade in. Come on, give me a little fade out. Come on, give me a little... No, don't need that there. Okay. The kick. The snare. The kick. The kick. Let's do that, and we'll just have me talking about it. First up, we're going... Cut it there. So disgusting. I'm so sorry. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. The snare. Okay, I'm happy with that snare. Let's have a listen. We've got this. Lovely. Got this. Let's cut it there. Bang. Lovely. Okay, next up we need some hi-hats. Cut it there. Some hi-hats. Snare. Some hi-hats. A little fade out. Okay, I think these are the hi-hats that I'm looking to have. Have a listen. Excuse me. There we go. That's fine, that's enough. I don't know, maybe it'll sound good, I'm not sure yet. Okay, so next up we need that synth. Well, 14 seconds so far. Let's have a listen to what we've got so far. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. We have this big first song idea and this is how it goes. And then it goes into there. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. The snare, some hi-hats. That's synth. Let's cut it there. Synth. So fucking breathy. Chill out, man. Okay, so I want a zippy sort of sound, and this is what I've come up with. Have a listen. sort of sound, and this is what I've come up with. We don't need that. All right, cool. All right. Okay, I think we've got a little something cooking up here. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, and we need another synth, and I'm thinking maybe something like this. Okay, and we need another synth, and I'm thinking maybe something like this. Cool. Record again. And now we need another synth. I'm thinking this. Cool. Cool. We'll do 2 variations. Okay, and so now we've got this. Okay, and so now we've got this. Oopsie. Okay, so now we've got this. The second variation was better. So now we've got this. We've got this. Starts right there. We'll drag this and make it start exactly where it starts. All good. God, it's quiet. We should have done some mixdown mastering. Who cares? So now we've got this. Yeah, let's cut it there, and I feel that's fine. Nice 35-second reel. Let's have a look and see if it's all good. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. The snare, some hi-hats, synth. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, and we need another synth, and I'm thinking maybe something like this. So now we've got this. Go on, I'll show that next hit again because it's fun when it loops. End it there. There we go. Oh, stinky face. Look how stinky it is. Okay, so we're going to start, I guess, nice and big, and then we get into the position that he's in now. So right there is where it ends. We're going to have it bang. Everything's good. And this is how it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. And this is how it goes. Right there is apparently where that synth starts. Sure, go on then. So we're going to enlarge and drag. Nice and distorted, lovely. And let's just kind of keep my eyes where they need to be. Okay, so move it. So I've got a song. Move it. Song idea. Move it. And this is how. Move it. How it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. Don't like all of that movement. Too much movement. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. Why is it going left, right, left? What is all this bullshit? Just zoop. That's what I need. Just simple, straightforward. That's how it goes. That's why. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. This is how. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. There we go. This is how it goes. About there, sure, whatever. And then it's very big, 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 big. And it's there, but it's even bigger. Make it even bigger. What is so big? It is what it is. You know, you've got to make it big sometimes. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. And that's when this comes in. I say we start it maybe there. And then once it gets to here, that's when it needs to zoom in so that we can see it nice and clearly. And that, for some reason, is going to go there. All right. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. And this big, we don't need to see anything when I say this. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. The snare. Let's make that bigger. And we go from, excuse me, sorry about that. We go from there, and that'll do the movement. Kick. The snare. And it's a shame I've got to keep doing this now. But it is what it is. What size was this? We'll just copy that. 1363. Let's just copy and paste it. Who gives a shit? The snare. And let's make that nice and big. Got to try to find it. Where's the snare? Where's the snare? Where's the snare? Let's start right at the beginning, and that's there. And that's there, actually. Snare, some hi-hats. And what? Bang. Where am I? I'm here. Hello. It's your boy. Some hi-hats. And then we've got to zoom in on that motherfucker as well. That's okay. Right there. I think that's fine. Synth. Bro just said synth in the most airy possible way. Synth. Disgusting. Get your breath out of here, bro. Okay, we're gonna go up here. Look at this. Synth. This is what I'm thinking. And zoom in, show this one line. See where it starts. I'm thinking. So let's cut it there. Bang. And that's where we're going to have it. And what I'm thinking is we can have it like that. Sorry, even like that. Okay, we're going to cut that there. That back one. Okay, I'm going to have it like that. And so that way I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So that we can layer those up. So we're going to move this one to right there. It's not perfect, correct? It's a shame, isn't it? It is what it is. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, and we need a... Okay, and we need a... Where am I? He's there. Hello. Okay, and we need another synth, and I'm thinking maybe something like this. And let's cut it, and that would be cool if that was as was there. So 462, let's copy all of this bullshit. to be honest with you. $462. Something like this. So now we're thinking maybe something like this. So now we're... And that synth like that, so it shows more of what we're doing. Something like this. So now... And we can have this whole thing fucking earthquake, because that's awesome. Earthquake. And there we go. Something like this. And the earthquake actually starts right there. So we're going to have it like that, and then back 1, it's 0. And we're going to have layers 1, because that's easy on the eyes. So now we've got... And then what? It needs to stop as soon as that happens, because that's just easier on the eyes as well. That's just nice. It's nice for continuity. So now we've got this. So now we've got this. So now we've got this. And then what? Motherfucking earthquake again. Insane. Let's increase it just a smidgen. Keep that on 1. Have that there and go back 1, and then all of a sudden it's nothing. Okay. So now we've got this. And you might as well put some earthquake on that motherfucker as well. And I know that we can just drag that shit. Just like that. And it would be cool if the automation carried on as well, but I don't think it will. So now we've got this. It does. So now that we know that, let's do that shit. This. So now we've got this. Let's have it earthquake much less, maybe just 5. So now we've got this. Cool. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. The snare. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it... So annoying. Let's reduce that. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. Let's reduce that. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. Let's just get rid of earthquake in total, but what if we do instead handheld? Let's give that a go. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. Handheld is too much. Let's open that up. Excuse me. Let's open that up and reduce the distance to 5. And the shakiness is fine. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea. Shakiness, what happens if we increase it fucking dramatically? Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. Let's reduce it. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. Let's reduce it dramatically. Okay, so I've got a song idea and this is how it goes. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. The snare, some hi-hats, synth. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, and we need another synth, and I'm thinking maybe something like this. So now we've got this. Okay, that's fine. Let's Command E, and we're going to call this making a song quick. Just put it onto the desktop, and we're going to do another version, but this time with a lot less words, because who wants to hear me talk, you know what I mean? Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea. It would be cool if I didn't look having like 2 single pixels. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. Okay, so I've got a song idea, and this is how it goes. First up, we're going to get started with the kick. Remove all the speaking, see what happens. What is this? Synth. This is what I'm thinking. Got that? Gotcha. We're yapping. Okay, and we need another. Have it cut there, nice and quick. So now we've got this. All right, cool. Just for visual appearance, what if I... Oh yeah, let's get the originals back in. What if I just call this drums, and I wish I could freeze that whole thing, that'd be so nice, but I can't. I'm an adult, I know this. Let's take that, go here, go like that, turn off loop, let it do its thing. All right, cool. Yep, whatever. And next up we're going to have this, and that's going to take everything in Duck. I should make it as fucking simple as possible for people that don't even like fucking making music to enjoy this. Cool, there we go. So I can take that, turn it off, I can turn this off, I can take these two and drag these below everything else, and just these two will be playing. What? That's right, real fucking simple. I'm gonna call this synths. Damn, that's simple. Can't get more simple than that. And on top of that, we'll have that showing as well. So you get a nice thing to look at the same time. Oh boy, do I spoil my viewers. And yeah, we'll just start recording and give that a go. That would have been cool if we had it starting there. All right, whatever. And let's try it again without the mouse being in the way. All right, very cool. Probably, don't know, couldn't tell you. Just a guess. And let's drag this in. So this is the second variation. So now we've got this. Would be cooler if this had the audio, but looks like it's gonna have to be this. That's fine, whatever. And where does that start? It starts... That one's got the mouse in it, so we're going to try to find the one without the mouse. I think it starts there, there, sure, yeah, about there. Cool, and we'll go there, bang, 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 go like that. We don't need this audio, but let's zoom in and make sure that this is pretty much in line. Fuck it, that's close enough, who gives a shit? No one's going to notice. Turn down the volume all the way. Have this as the main fucking thing. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Have it about there. Oh my god, that's so much fun to watch. Yay. Correct. Correct. We're gonna bring that down, move that there, and see what happens over here. So now we've got this. Cool. And whatever the fuck was going on here is whatever the fuck will be going on there. There we go. So now we've got this. And Command E, and this is going to be called Making Song Shorter. Who cares if I spell it right or wrong? Genuinely doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm hoping it saves where I wanted it to save. It's the first version. That'll go here, I guess. Whatever. And that's the second version. We'll just have it next to each other. And we're going to take all of these and move them up so that I can see it more clearly. Hey, come back. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I would like to finish this song at a later time because I need to pee. But we've been streaming for 2 hours and 21 minutes, which is a decent amount of time. Decent amount of time for sure. Sure, whatever. It's a good song. It's a good song, but I mean, I should keep going whilst I still got the inspiration. I am gonna go pee. Be right back. Is this shit open on its own? It bloody well does. Very interesting. I had no idea. I could probably keep going. But we've done 2 reels. Very, very good. I can delete this, and delete this, and this. Lovely. Let's clean up. Yep. Cool. Don't need this. Don't need this. And let's keep going. Let's have a listen to this and make sure we are true to what we were looking for. Whatever. Let's keep the evolution. And let's have some sort of variation here. We could just do a standard, let's just join that up. We could just do a standard pitch change. Let's bring this down to +12, or up to +12. I did -12. So right now, I'm fucking with this shit. We could have separations. Cool. And have that as the same as before. And since they are pretty much the same, well, let's cut that here, and let's have a listen here. I'm going to make this -12 now. Bring that there. Make this, sure, whatever. That's +12? That's -12. Okay, let's bring that down to -12 as well. And make that -12 as well. Cut that there. Remove that entirely. And have that there-ish, whatever. And then take that, and that goes on after there, and then there we go. We've got a second drop. Bang. Sorry. And let's have a little cut here, make it a little more glitchy. A little cut here, make it a little more glitchy. Fade ins, fade outs. It's glitchy, but I don't like the popping too much. And glitch. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. And just have that. See what happens. Cool. And we have it repeat. But for this part, there is no hi-hats or stabs or kicks or any of that. It's just glitch. Nothing but glitch. All the way to the snare. Let's have a listen. See what happens without that. Cool. Really shorten that. Make it more glitchy. Would be cool if I can turn off the reverb from both of these at the same time, but I'm gonna have to do it separately like a little cuck boy, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. We'll change the wetness and see what happens. Turn it down like that. Bang. And we're going to do the same thing with this. Reverb speaker on. That works, actually. And would be cooler if we had it stopping just before, because that's going to give it a feeling, a bigger feeling of glitchiness. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Let's remove that. Remove that. Let's have that initial hi-hat, just not that one. See what happens if I take that away. Nope, we want it. That's very cool. Let's fuck with the frequency here. Let's break that down so that we can see it nice and clearly. This one, please. Thank you. Let's break it down so we can see it nice and clearly. Let's bring it lower. Bring that down. And maybe we have a few cuts. Let's just see what happens. Who cares where the cuts go? And bring that back too. That's cool. We need a little bit of fade. See what happens if we reverse that. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of reverse this one. Who cares? Fade in, fade out. Okay, let's have a listen to it. What happens if I make this glitch? So it keeps going until here. So let's just fuck around and see what happens. I'm gonna remove that and let it play out. None of that. Just literally just glitchy. Bam, 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 all the way to there. Nothing else is playing. There is this. But we'll fuck with that later. Right there is where we want it to stop. We don't want that. And let's adjust this. Adjust the sub bass so that it is playing pretty much continuously all the way to there. Cool. So that actually goes there on that little area. So let's see what happens. Let's remove that and clean it up a bit. I see, that's fine. Let's bring that down a bit. And we can make that glitch. Okay, put that there as well. That's fine, but again, we don't need that motherfucking glitchiness. Where's the trigger? There it is. Yeah, we don't need that glitchiness, so let's just remove those two. And this should repeat. No, just this. Just that needs to repeat there. There we go. And we can have glitchiness. The bam 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 bam. Faded out there. There we go. So let's have this glitch. Who cares? Duplicate, 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 all the way to the fucking end. All the way to the and have this glitch. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Wasn't very cool, but let's join that together and make this. Yeah, go on, make that. That's not super effective. Oh, by the way, that's disgusting. But there was a part that's what we want to keep. So let's just copy that. Bang. To here. Bang. Yeah. And probably going to continue the vibe onwards. Because this second section is glitch now. And then we'll go to that section. We don't need this anymore then. Don't need this. Give it a go. Yeah, let's keep it there. What happens? We do that. Yeah, cool. Give it a go. Let's have another kick involved there. I can't use that kick. Can't use any of these kicks because they're all heavy. Just copy that and see what happens. Kick there. And short kick. Very cool. Little fade out. Very cool. So this, I'm going to have that go left and right. We don't, unfortunately, have any gain here. I'm going to do it with gain, with utility. I always like to do it with utility. The reason being, if I want to get rid of it, it's easier than getting rid of it from here, bypassing it and whatnot. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. We press that and then save it, and then here. So let's try that again because I want to make sure that it stays 0 where we want it to be 0, and there, and then there again. So this one's going to be 28L, who cares? Whatever, let's have a listen. Yep, cool. Very cool. Let's open this up, zoom in, get rid of this. We're done with that. We're looking for glitchy here. Are we looking for glitchy here? No, that one's fine. There we go. So this is glitchy, and we're going to glitch it more. Cool. And maybe just glitch that. I don't know what the fuck that was. Oh, we can give that a go. See here what that sounds like. Cool. Drag that over there. There was a little bit of leakage, but let it be. And that, I want it to be glitchy just like this was. So we're going to copy and paste that boy. Let's glitch that, bam, bam, bam. Remove that one. And glitch that, bang, 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 bang. And yeah. And let's see what happens if I remove this, which, by the way, I've just realized, why are we opening this? Why are we opening, let's call this kick layers. Why are we opening that? It's not necessary, and then that just makes everything so much easier. And hi-hats as well, close, get out of here, man. Percussion, again, no need for you to be open. Trigger, again, fuck out of here, man. And we're going to have the kick here. Never mind, that's not the kick. So now we've got to try to find the kick, which shouldn't be too much of an issue because I made it nice and small. Look, there we go, see? Ta-da! Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Come on, see. Can't remember where we were. There. All right, I think we might be all right in terms of the glitchy section. Let's have a listen and see if everybody's happy. And by everybody, I mean, I guess just me. Let's group these together, call it rotter, and we can close it. Yay. Looks like I've deleted Screetle. No, it's group these together and call it Screetle. Yay. Everybody's happy. Let's see what this is. This is the, okay. Violins, etc. Sure, and this is, there you go, together, because these are the violin melodies. Yep, cool. This is preverb, essentially, isn't it? That's what we're treating it as. And then, yeah, there we go. I'll call this effects. Yeah, cool. Close. Get out of here. Whatever this is. This is also an effect, essentially, but whatever. That's fine. I'm not going to judge you. I think it might be time to get ready to do the build and whatnot. We can just use that fucking violin sample that was given to us. Sure. Go on then. And then we look for the violin melodies. Let's open up a new one inside the violin melodies area. We're going to have a look at this, and I'm just going to copy and paste this. Bang. Right there. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. And then we're going to la 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 la. And we're going to take this, bang, and put that there. And this little area here, we're actually going to have that, bang. Never mind, because I just realized that's what copy and paste does. Instead, we're going to have, yep, there we go, this beautiful, 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 clean, friendly, fun for the whole family kick. Lovely. Get rid of all of that extra bullshit. Not needed. Get out of here. Close and keep it going. And then we're going to remove that. And then remove the snares as well, because we don't need that. We could keep the top level of the snare, just not the bottom level. Why is there no stab there? There is. Okay, very cool. Let's get an EQA and fucking make this whole thing tiny. Oh, do you want to make it tiny? It is what it is, man. Get over it. And then we will add the erosion. All right, cool. So what we're going to do is, let's have the erosion after, who cares? And we're going to have it sort of go from here downwards. Let's open it up. Who cares how it goes? What we do, amount is going to be varied because I want the amount to pretty much go up to where it was and start. About there. And the frequency is going to change also, so it's going to start high up and go down. And end right there. Right there. And obviously that needs to be -5, because why are you so loud? And let's fuck with the amount now. Cool, and we're going to fuck with the frequencies here, and that's going to go from nice and wide down there, and that's going to go from nice and low to down there. And I should have done some of this whilst I was doing that. So let's do that now, so that we've got all the layers, and it's okay because then that's going to allow us to go between them when we want to, much easier. I'll just go over here like that. There we go. let's take all of this and bring this. So let's say that goes there, up to there. Sure. Yeah, we don't need it super long. Let's do it there. Kind of don't want any of the effects that I've just done onto that, to be honest, so we could just remove it, because who cares? We could even remove this, because who cares? Let's take just the hi-hats and literally remove the kick and the snare for now, see what happens. Alright, cool. Let's get rid of all of that shit and repeat just that. Duplicate, 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 lovely. Let's get rid of all of that. Cool, and let's pretty much duplicate this lovely, awesome, brutal sound, copy, and paste. Didn't need to copy, I was supposed to, whatever. And we're going to call that intro-rutter, and can you believe it? Yes, you can. I'm going to do what I do with everything, and that is just fucking fuck with the reverb. We probably don't even need K-clip on there, but whatever. Decrease the decay and fuck with the size. Let's turn off the K-clip, so too loud. Okay, let's just go here and call this just fucking intro, because that's all it really is. And we're going to take the Screetle as well. Copy, last bar, probably there-ish. Sure. I'm going to take this thing as well. The last bar, copy, and yeah, about there, sure. Cool, and we'll just duplicate that, bang, 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 bang. And let's take that kick layer thing, this thing, that there as well, bang, see what happens. Well, I don't know why I'm doing that so slowly, like a little cuck boy. Trying to find what sounds good here, at what level sounds good. Let's do that so that you got something fun to watch. If we're going to have a K-clipper, we put it before it and then just reduce this down to -10. Cool. I liked that movement there, where it went from high to loud, went from big to small. K-clip should go after. But it shouldn't be a K-clip, it should be a motherfucking compressor. Motherfucking compressor! Ratio's good. Let's put makeup on there and bring this fucker down. Up there, okay. On peak. High release. And then we'll have the decay. Decay needs to change as well, because decay is really what makes it a certain way as well. Decay is very important for the flavor of this. Cool, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go really high up and then we're just going to bring it the fuck down. Alright, let's try it again without the loop. Excuse me, what the fuck just happened? Why? Turned off the kick layers. Turned off the snare layers, okay. That down there. And we could get this fucking thing going as well. And yeah. Yeah. So let's just take this. That's on the last half up there, I guess. No, I was wrong. Put it there, bang. And just kind of see what happens. Cool, we don't need that. See what happens without the hi-hats. Yeah, I've got an idea. It would be cool if I didn't have to carry on the automation when I did this, but I think it's going to happen. Let's just make sure we're looping just here then. Bruh, stop moving. Slippery, slippy sausage. Let's see. Do that after the reverb. Struggling a bit here. Cool. Yeah, let's just have that as the drop, bro. Duplicate. You don't need any of that bullshit. Let's start it here. See what happens. It's the decay time, sure. Let's fuck with that. And let's fuck with the amount of phaser. Phaser. That's cool. Let's have the reverb of this going on. So what we're going to do is open up audio. I'm going to just simply freeze that. Meow. Then I'm going to drag just the reverb. Just drag it there. Just redo that. Just shorten. Put it there. Shorten it to there. Bring it there. Reverse it. Make it big. Make it absolutely fucking massive, as big as I can fucking make it. That's 30. And let's have a listen. Let's make it as long as I can. Cool. And then unfreeze, that's fine. And then just adjust the volume here. And make this mono. Mono. I press mono here. Yeah, I put a utility and monoed it. I think I should move my head when I'm doing this. I don't know why I've kept it there. Let me go over here, because that's just, you need to see this shit. Alright. Reverb, violin. Alright, let's have a listen. Cool, and we're going to make this here as well. We're going to fuck with the width of it, because that's something that's worth fucking with. If it's no good, we can always just get rid of it. It's fine, nothing matters. Fucking awesome. There we go. You don't need long fucking drops. There's no need. I like this. Alright, let's have a listen. Alright, there's something that I don't like. Let me have a listen and try to focus in on it. Alright, I'm going to try seeing if I can... I mean, there's a lot of shit going on here. So the reverb's off in this area anyway, so there is no difference there, and there's no difference there. Okay. That's completely fine. I'm going to put on an EQ here. I'm going to have a listen, sort of loop it, and see if I can make this a little better. Decrease the volume a bit. Duplicate. Sure. And that's what we're going to be fucking with. Well then. Duplicate. Get rid of this. Get rid of this, and let's hear it in context and see if it's okay. If not, we can always just go back. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's keep listening, see if there's anything that I don't like or that I do like. Oops. Sure. And then here we've got this. I don't really need any of this shit. The second part. The second part is going to be pretty much empty. I don't know why I even dragged it here. To be honest, we don't nothing. We need nothing. We need just the violence, etc. So we're going to grab that, and to be honest, it's already here. So might as well just use this as one. I'm going to remove all of that. And then bang, and take that and bang, and then duplicate, remove that, who cares. Turn this on, and then we're going to take the hi-hats, and they're going to repeat because they're exactly what we want anyway. Duplicate, there we go, bang. And then in terms of kick and snare, that's going to be pretty much new. So that's going to be the kick, nice and short. What? So short, I can't believe it. I know, it's crazy. And then that's going to be the snare. Oh my god, what? That's the snare? So crazy, I know. And we're going to take away that and shorten that because we don't need it to be big. Yeah, we do need that to be big. Well, and at that point, we might as well take that same kick. Well, the reason I dragged that is because that's bigger. This is short. This is big. It's actually the same size. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Let's just fucking use that. Yeah, because there's. Is there a resolution there? There shouldn't be. There is, and it stops on there. So it's whatever. Okay. All right. All right. Seriously. That and that and take that and just have a listen. Yeah, why that's back there? It should be there. Nope. that goes there. This snare, which is non-existent, we can remove that. And this then goes to -5. This then duplicates to there, and then this becomes -5 as well to give it realism. And then we're going to take this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful snare and drag it and drop it there. We're going to take this and whatever we do there, it doesn't matter because we've got all of this cutting there. So up. And then that just repeats. And that delay, what? Sorry. And let's get some reverb on that. Reverb, and reverb just gets so fucking crazy there. Or we could do the same reverb that we've got going on here. It would be awesome if we could just drag and drop those same, automations on there. And in fact, it looks like we can. So let's try to find all of those automations and let's see if it works. It might not work. It doesn't matter. That's okay. That's what we're doing. We're exploring, right? So we've got that as the reverb, and that's room size. We've already got room size. Let's do decay time. For some reason, I decided to do room size first and drag and drop there. Again, I don't know why we've got that. We'll just remove it, but let's drop that down because we've got some other reverb fun stuff to be exploring. No, we don't. That's it. That's actually it. That's all there is. Okay, let's have a listen. Decay time, we want that to be a little longer. That's going to be dry wet. We'll reduce that down. And then, yeah, alright, cool. And I suppose, what the fuck's going on over here? Whatever. Hang on. Yeah, I mean, all of this shit is not necessary. We'll remove all of that. And then we can just have that shit duplicating. Oh, they're so lazy, damn right. Fuck you. I mean, it's not lazy, it's just a creative process, baby. Ah, see, here, I've done it. I fucked it up a bit. I think it's copy and pasted. I can paste, good. Yeah, I can paste it, and that works. That's fine, but I want this to go a bit darker. And have it about there. Down. Down. And have that drop dead. Cool, and we want the width to be doing pretty much the same thing that we did in the intro. What? Damn right. So I'm just gonna drag and drop that bad boy. This is called intro. Apparently, it's fine. I'm going to take that and Command X, Command V, bang, drop that down. And put that there. That's cool. Let's have that noise actually be fucking brutally in your ear. Cool, and have that stereo width spread into your ear hole as well. Just have a listen. This whole fucking time, I forgot to put my mic on after I came back from the toilet. Holy shit. Oh well. All right, look, it's been a pleasure. I'm done now. I'm happy with the song. Gonna stop the timer and I'm gonna go maybe eat something that I'm gonna be on in a bit. Anyway, because I'm gonna go DJing in about half